This is Ag Matters PM from the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network, brought to you by the Iowa Soybean Association. Your daily recap of the information that affects Iowa's farmers, producers, and consumers, right here in the heart of the heartland. With reports from our award-winning broadcast team of Dustin Hoffman, Riley Smith, and Mark Magnuson. Now, from the IARN studios in Des Moines, here's Riley Smith.
Well, good day and welcome to Ag Matters PM from the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network. I'm Riley Smith. Today is Tuesday, May 9th, 2023. We're so glad you can join us for today's show. In today's episode, I talk with Landus CEO and President Matt Carstens about a recent announcement from last week that Landus and DefenseWorks are partnering together for a new product called Landwerx, a little bit of information system available for farmers. Lots of very exciting things to come along with that. We'll also have a check of that ag weather outlook, but first, let's run down the markets.
It's time now for the Ag Matters PM Closing Market Summary, your source for market analysis and settlement prices from the day's trade in Chicago, courtesy of the folks at agmarket.net.
At the end of another trading day in the ag marketplace, we're here with Jacob Burks of agmarket.net for a bit of analysis. First off, Jacob, what have we seen in the grain markets today?
A lot of pressure on the grain markets. We had a follow through selling overnight, came into the morning time, ended up having a cancellation with China and the exports, and that really putting more pressure on the market. And it's just they're really with the planning progress, and a lot of positive things out there in the field right now, and they're just having a hard time getting any type of buyers interested in the corn and soybeans. Now Kansas City wheat, if you look at that, now that's something that's just continued negativity whenever you talk about the potential rains that come and just kind of dissipate. Maybe they are not fulfilling. So we did have Kansas City wheat up 10 to 12 cents in the front months.
Right, and that crop progress report came out yesterday, looking a lot better than we thought it would, but of course that was exerting some pressure on the markets as well, right?
Yeah, just the weather's been really good. I mean, if you take a look at the moisture in the northern part of the Midwest, and then have a pretty good week of drying, finally getting a little bit of heat, and so the northern plains are starting to really catch up too. So you're seeing a lot of good planting progress with some good rains on top of it, and that doesn't spell a higher corn market or a higher bean market.
Well, and of course, we have some news to look forward to going into this weekend. We got that WASDE report coming out on Friday. What are some of the things that we could expect to see in that report?
I think the factors is one thing that you kind of look at. We've become accustomed to looking at this year is, what are the USDA going to do with Argentina? In every report, we wonder how much they're going to not take off of their bean market there. And so, I think that's probably one of the first things that you'll look at. Second thing is, what does the USDA do with exports in corn and beans? And then the biggest thing that people will most of the attention will probably go to is what's the first time we'll see the new crop corn. My expectations is they use the trend line yields. I think right now there's not a reason for them to go away from the trend line in both corn and beans. So we'll see if that type of projection takes place and they don't adjust demand, then we're going to have a really big carry out. But there's a lot of factors going into the first balance sheet that we see of the year, and I think that will kind of set the tone of what we're going to see trading at least till the June till we see some more acreage numbers.
Of course, lots of focus on the grains right now, but what are we seeing in the livestock markets as well?
That's the commodity we should be talking about, because we finally got a really good, strong day here. After we've seen 4 or 5 days of the feeder cattle getting beat up here, we saw a $3 higher move here. Just a good, strong day. I think a lot of this has to do with some of your fund situation. Balance a little bit of support. The Goldman rolls is taking place this week. So I think at this point right now, you probably found some guys that are just interested in buying this with the outcome bouncing off the support that we saw here this week. Cash has been pretty steady in the cattle, but the hogs finally saw a little bit of bleeding stop here today. Finished out a buck higher. I'm not ready to say that we're found a short-term bottom yet in the hog market. It wasn't something that was that positive, but it's just a little bit of a reprieve today anyway.
And then, of course, with those cattle prices been higher than we've usually been seeing at this time of year. Now, as we get into that grilling season, how are we sitting on kind of that price versus demand picture?
Well, I think if you the first thing that should happen is these cheaper products, these chicken, pork, should be taken over, but it's just you haven't seen them flying off the shelves. You have a lot of sow liquidation, so you have a lot of that cheaper pork hitting the supermarkets, and it really hasn't. The demand has stayed very strong in the box beef. I think that if you look at what the Packers have done, have slowed the kill down a little bit, just enough to keep their contracts filled. They haven't been pulling a lot of cattle forward. But if you the retail side of this, with the Fed trying to do their best to slow our economy down, the demand for these boxed beef and demand for higher cuts of meat has been pretty good still. It stayed pretty strong. So I would say going into grilling season, the thing I would assume that we would start to see is people pick a few more pork chops over steaks, and I think that trend could start to change. I think the market kind of started to reflect it a little bit this week, but we'll see how that continues going into the 4th of July.
Lots of great information today, Jacob. For those of our listeners and our viewers who would like to get in touch with the folks at agmarket.net, how can they do that?
Well, just call here 608-384-5438 is the phone number. But look us up on agmarket.net. Take a 30-day free trial of our intel. I think we'll have something you like.
Thanks for taking the time to visit with us today, Jacob, and we look forward to hearing from you again soon.
Hey, thanks for having me. Y'all have a good day.
That again was Jacob Burks of agmarket.net. We'll go ahead and take a look at how those numbers closed. That's courtesy of the folks at Bar Chart. July corn is down 11 3/4 at 584 3/4. December new crop down 11 1/2 at 518 1/4. July soybeans down 19 1/2 at 1414 1/4. November new crop down 18 even at 1254 1/2. July soybean meal down 790 at 419 even. Soybean oil down 61 at 53.04. Chicago wheat down 10 1/2 at 643 1/2. Minneapolis spring wheat up 4 even at 847 3/4. Kansas City hard red wheat up 12 even at 856 1/4. July oats down 2 even at 337 1/4. On the Merc, June live cattle up 150 at 163.92. May feeders up 250 at 205.92. May lean hogs up 65 at 76.27. June pork cutout up 97 at 88.65. June class 3 milk down 16 at 16.88. And that's been a check of the markets here on Ag Matters PM. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break to hear from our sponsor, the Iowa Soybean Association and the Soy Checkoff. When we come back, I talk with Landus President and CEO Matt Carstens. This is Ag Matters PM.
Iowa Soybean Association is driven to deliver for Iowa's 40,000 soybean farmers. We're proud to provide objective agronomic research, a helping hand with soil and water stewardship, and timely industry news powered by the Soybean Checkoff. Learn more at iasoybeans.com.
Welcome back to Ag Matters PM from the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network. I'm Riley Smith. Last week, Landus and DefenseWorks, which is one of the nation's top innovation ecosystems, made an announcement of a partnership to create Landwerx, which will take that innovation ecosystem and bring it into the ag industry and allow farmers to have access to that information. I talked with Landus President and CEO Matt Carstens about the exciting announcement and what it means for the future. Well, we are back here again with Landus CEO Matt Carstens. Of course, we were just here for the Landus Innovation Connector, but we have another exciting new innovation announcement with Landwerx. First off, just tell us a little bit about this partnership with DefenseWorks, how that came to be, and why it's so important for agriculture.
Yeah, it really came to be. We started Landx, which was part of the Innovation Connector, not 2 or 3 years ago. And as we really got into Landx, we uncovered that innovation is hard, right? And there's a ton of smart people around the globe in that space that really requires a lot of money. And as we really explored what else was out there, we got the advice to go visit with SoftWorks, which is Special Operation Forces, and met the leader of DefenseWorks Technology and Innovation, which was Brad Chedister. And during that visit, we really started to see initially the what we're doing in ag and national security was very similar. And then it kind of became even more glaring that the why is more similar than you would think as well. Both are operators. In one case, it's a soldier. In our case, it's a farmer, right? And the things that they were doing from data to autonomous to improving the capabilities of machines fits very well into what innovation needs to be here for us as a farmer-owned cooperative. So that led to another conversation, and I would say this was put together in about 3 months, no more than 3 months to get to today. And the exciting announcement that we're really going to allow agriculture through Landwerx to tap into this large ecosystem, the world's largest ecosystem, as a matter of fact, that DefenseWorks has, with all of its innovation hubs like SoftWorks, now Landwerx being one of those. And it's an exciting time to be in agriculture and have access to this. And from Landwerx, then it lands into the Innovation Connector that you were part of, to be able to, a couple times a year, highlight to our farmers some of the excitement that's going on and get from them some of the things they're thinking about or needing. So it ties into what you were here for not that long ago on the Innovation Connector, Riley.
Right, and we know the Innovation Connector is just kind of a chance to bring everybody in and see those innovations in person. Landwerx, the idea more so, if I'm getting this right, is to have that information and those solutions ready for farmers to put their questions out there and get those answers for their unique solutions, right?
That's exactly right. If you think of it kind of like an hourglass, you've really got Landwerx in the middle of that. You got farmers feeding ideas and needs in. You've got then Landwerx creating the opportunities to go look at and explore those solutions. Then you've got, again, the Innovation Connector showing the farmers what's out there and what Landwerx is working on to make sure we're hearing them correctly and leading the farmer in a way that allows them to best tackle their challenges of today and even more so tomorrow.
So then how will it work for those farmers to submit those ideas, get that information back? Are we looking at apps, online services, in person? How is that all going to work?
Yeah, today it's online at landwerx.org, LANDWERX.org, and then get on there and submit questions, ideas, thoughts, and that will spur a discussion from one of the Landwerx team members, like Brad Chedister, that is the so to speak director of Landwerx for us, that also has a tie out back to the mothership of DefenseWorks. So the farmer can get real engaged with us quickly just by getting on landwerx.org or reaching out to their respective Landus location, and we can get them to the right people within Landwerx as well.
Matt, very exciting announcement today. Lots of great information. Like you said, go to that website, landwerx.org, for more information. Is there anything else about Landwerx, exciting here today that our listeners and viewers should know about?
Well, I think the big thing is engagement, right? And Brad said it in the press release. The secret to this is our farmers, students, bright minds globally engaging. And it's not just agriculture. The solutions rest well beyond the lines of agriculture, because land, food, fuel security is national security. Wars are started and fought over food, land, and fuel, and we've got to take the step and that responsibility to really put that farmer back in the center. So engagement is what we need from here, and this is all about the farmer.
And one last thing before we wrap up, speaking of that engagement, you guys are looking at internships soon. Do you have kind of a sales pitch for students who might be interested?
Yeah, absolutely. We're opening that up for, I think we're up to 5 interns for this summer. We can get those, and then we've also got about 3 to 4 full-time positions that we'll start out with as well. So full-time positions, summer internships, they're all welcome. And again, best way to get into the mix is landwerx.org.
All right, obviously lots of super exciting things happening here today and into this summer. Thanks for having us here today, Matt, and good luck with all that.
We appreciate it. Thanks for your coverage of what you do in agriculture. This is important for all of us, so thank you.
And that, again, was a bit on Landwerx, a partnership between Landus and DefenseWorks, bringing that ag innovation to the farmers, and it's really great to see how they're keeping the farmer at the center of that conversation. As for right now, let's go ahead and take a look at that ag weather outlook. Well, again, there's really not much to complain about with the weather. We've got some rain showers and thunderstorms, just chances for that across the state throughout the next couple days. Otherwise, you're really looking at mostly cloudy to partly sunny conditions. Beautiful weather. It's springtime, so go out there and enjoy it while you can, of course, while it's not raining or storming. So let's see what the National Weather Service has in store for the next 24 hours. As you can see from the National Weather Service, a bit of rain in the forecast coming up. Today we have mostly to partly cloudy skies with a chance for rain or showers in the west, highs ranging from the low to upper 70s. Tonight will be partly cloudy with a slight chance for thunderstorms, lows ranging from the low 50s to about 60. And tomorrow there's a chance for storms or showers, otherwise it will be mostly sunny, highs ranging from the upper 70s to low 80s. Taking a look at the affiliate weather map for tomorrow, Cherokee will see a chance for thunderstorms, a high of 77. Shenandoah, a chance for showers, and a high of 81. Des Moines, a chance for rain, moving on to showers, and a high of 77. Waterloo, mostly sunny, chance for showers and a high of 77 as well. Albia, chance for storms and a high of 78. Clinton will be mostly sunny with a high of 78. For more detailed forecasts in your part of the state, make sure to check in with your local Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network affiliate. That's been a check of the Ag Weather Outlook, and that also brings us to the end of this episode of Ag Matters PM. You can find all of our content on our website at iowaagnet.com. You can also follow us on social media at Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and LinkedIn. And you can find all of our video content as well as previous episodes of Ampm on our YouTube channel. So don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to see when those videos go live. Don't forget as well our free Twice Daily Market podcasts on Apple, Amazon, Google, Spotify, and Podbean. From the IARN studios in Des Moines, I'm Riley Smith. On behalf of Mark Magnuson and Dustin Huffman, we thank you for watching. This has been Ag Matters PM.